Good morning, athletes. I'm going to show you a little bit of my warm-ups, the dynamics, just getting myself going in particular directions. It's not going to be explosive. It's just to get myself in the groove, kind of. Again, it's a warm-up. So a lot of times the mistake that I see and have seen guys doing, or athletes, not even just guys, is they go really hard during the warm-ups. The warm-ups, in my philosophy, is meant to ease you into the more explosive things. Yes, you want to mimic the motions, the range of motion, have a little, a little energy into it. But sometimes I see guys burnt out by the time it's time to practice or get to the actual workout because they went all out in the actual warm-up, and the warm-up phase is just the warm-up. So I'm going to show you what I do, and this is a little bit different setup than what I've done previous warm-ups with the cones and stuff, but again, this is a way just to keep the workout fresh, way to keep your mind thinking, and just enjoy a different way of doing sometimes the same thing. So let's get into it, and subscriptions are free. Love to have you, and yeah, leave it in the comments. Any thoughts? So I started off with a warm-up jog of about 5-10 minutes. Here I'm just going high knees for 10 yards, but I'm going to break it in half right there at 5, shuffle for 10. Actually 10 in one direction, 10 back, so it's important to get both directions, and then I'm going to go right back into those high knees. I just wanted to do something a little bit different. Turn, go right into butt kickers, and we're going to break that in half again at 5, go to karaoke, and we'll move over for 10, slide back for another 10, and then we're going to go right back in and finish the other half of those butt kickers. So just something a little bit different. Right here, turn it, and I'm going to just go with Frankenstein's, loosen up the hamstrings a little bit, just trying to keep moving and just allowing my body to feel good. Lower back felt great as well doing these back pedal. And again, we're just trying to get all directions going. Pop, hit that, and come on through. When I see the cone, I wasn't looking for the cone. Here, leaps and bounds, drive the knee, drive the arm. Again, I try to get as many as I can, but then I try to lower that number each time so I know that I'm making greater leaps and bounds. Here, 10-yard jog, 20-yard explosion, not all the way out, and then back to 10. Normally I would do that in 20s, but ran out of the room. Let's be very clear. You can see the sun in my glasses. I'm standing under shade. Shade and water are your two greatest allies when you're talking about trying to keep your temperature down, not being in the sun all the time. So while you see the videos and the movement in the sun, yes, but I come straight to the shade, get some water, even bring out some frozen water bottles to put under your armpits, behind your neck, between your legs, in the groin area. All those areas will cool you off. But we really want to be safe when we're talking about doing this, especially when the elements are a little bit more extreme. So whether it's heat or cold, we got to be very mindful if we're going to look to get the best results. What we don't want is our pursuit of health and fitness to set back our health and fitness because we weren't prepared. This also speaks to being hydrated long before you step out here. That's the night before. That should just be on all levels, that you're in a constant state of keeping yourself hydrated, and not just through drinking the foods that you eat too. I've got a whole thing of watermelon in there I've been gnawing on this whole week. There's plenty of foods that you definitely should be getting that sort of stuff in, and just your nutrition in general. Salads, we've been hitting those up, doing a little bit cleaner eating this week. Yeah, we definitely still have our cheat days and our fun days, but we want to make sure that we're trying to get the best possible result. Okay, we're back to it, and I did some ladder drills, but kept it basic, and felt good, but I want to get up, and now I'm coming backwards, so that's where I'll kind of, when I'm really feeling good, I'll add this in, but I try to make that a more consistent part of my stuff. So at any other time, I would probably be on to my parachutes or the sled for the workout portion, but being that I'm really just kind of getting back into this and kind of been hampered with some injuries and stuff, I'm just going to cover 40 yards however I can get it. It's not going to be pretty, but it's just getting myself back acclimated and that mindset. So we'll give it a go. So here I'm going just with my 40s, and it felt okay. Um, I give myself the grace to realize I hadn't been out there in a while, so I would go down, give myself about a minute or so, and turn back. Each time I was just working on really trying to get the drive phase and then just relax through maybe the last 20 or 10 yards or so. I think my last one, the one that's coming up, is probably the best one as far as putting it all together and just like feeling loose all the way through. So again, that's something to, you work up to. You don't just jump out and just go right into it. So there, I felt like I got out, and there, yeah, I could definitely say that that was probably my best one. Looking at it and just running them, feeling that way as well. Now that I'm done, I'm going to walk to each cone, but I'm going to take the time to stretch. So here, just simple toe touch, and just it's a good way for me to cool down. I don't go extensive when it comes to the time that I spend on cooling down, but if I did a more extensive workout, then I definitely would have. And each cone is going to be something a little bit different. So here, I believe it was just frog squat and loosen up the groin a little bit. Although the movement already did that, but just keeps from that tightened up feeling afterwards if you don't get somewhat of a stretch. So I was really feeling good, but I also had to know when to shut it down. One of the realest mantras that we have at Impact is train smart, not brave. And so we got to really know, that we're not to our own detriment just thinking, that our mind is saying that we can do that. So here are just some stretches out to the side. My hamstrings were definitely in need of this stretch. I could definitely feel the tightness, but it wasn't overbearing, so I did feel good as far as that goes. Get each side, and we want to give it the same amount of attention, so we're at least in balance. We want to stay in balance, that one thing's not getting more attention than the other side. So we really got to make sure that what we do to the right and left has some consistency to it. Here, just standing quad, pull that foot up, and that always feels good. And just the balance, that felt good to know as well. Kind of wobbled a little bit, but again, no problems. It felt good to do, and it was just one thing after another from each cone to the next. So I didn't give myself a super long time to stretch, but I still felt good in the process. Take my cones, and this last one was a little bit different, and it was just bending all the way backwards. So almost like you're doing the limbo, and that's kind of a different feel through the hips, through the abdominal area, even in the back it kind of crunches down. But then you're done, break down the ladder, get all my equipment, and that's about it. That was the wrap for it. So hopefully this is something that you guys enjoyed. Subscriptions to the channel are free. We'd love to have you. Leave some comments. Anything constructive is always helpful. HWPO, hard work pays off. Impact Athletics Association.